Hey sapien. Do you know why I say hey sapien at the beginning of most of my videos? Sapien comes from the Latin term homo sapien, which means wise human. We thought we were the wisest ape. You watching this might be angry we ever thought to call ourselves wise so early on. With the mess that the planet is in, we definitely made mistakes. If we were really wise, we wouldn't be in this situation at all. I can tell you what wisdom is, but I'm wise enough to know there's much more to it than this. Wisdom is knowing what will happen before you do something. Wisdom involves a mix of imagination and experience. Wisdom involves a mix of imagination and experience. You imagine taking a path, making a choice, and evaluate the possible outcome. A big part of wisdom is knowing the right path to take. Knowing the path which will help you avoid bad problems and help you face good challenges you can grow from. I call you sapien because I believe you are a wise person. You are capable of growing wiser. There's wisdom you can share and wisdom you can't share. The wisdom you cannot share is precious. It's your personal wisdom coming from your lived experience. You have to live it to gain insight, to gain the connection you didn't know was there. That leads to personal wisdom. I want to share some of my wisdom with you. This is my best guess at a flourishing, thriving human life. Human flourishing means maximizing your potential, to go as far as you are able to. Now, as far as human flourishing and having all your needs met, I'm not really speaking from personal experience. I haven't had all my needs met. Plants don't need much, just a good spot and some water, but humans need a lot more. I grew up in Las Vegas, Nevada, an urban desert. If it was just a desert, not a lot of people could live here, but we built on top of it anyway. I feel I've suffered to some degree in every human way. I've been homeless many times. The sun licked my skin with burns, and the cool breeze of air conditioning invited me to stay inside. I've been hurt and ignored. People in the world have confused me until I've almost given up hope. I've been unable to rest. I've had my creative works prevented or destroyed. I've lost sight of who I am. I've been trapped and held back, and I've looked for love my whole life. They say to reach the highest human potential, self-actualization, meaning, and transcendence, you have to have all of your other needs met. Well, that's one side of it, but there's another side. When you give up hope on all of your other needs being satisfied, there's only meaning left. Your options are to find meaning or die. I decided to transcend. That is my message. Focus on the greatest possible outcome. What would it mean for you to maximize your potential? Work your way from both ends, from the outcome to where you are now. If you don't know your best outcome, then that is your goal, to find that best possible outcome. Even if you have given up on your needs, once you find that best outcome, you'll likely realize that your needs should be fulfilled. Don't give up completely on satisfying your needs. The future is uncertain. I believe for a human being to truly flourish requires a community of flourishing people supporting each other. We should connect deeply and work towards the good of all. Okay, when I explain my ideas to people, I get about 30 seconds in before they say, "Oh, you're starting a cult." No, it's frustrating. Do you even know what a cult is? Like, define a cult. Okay, here's the definition of a dangerous cult that I like. A charismatic leader, mind control, and exploitation. Whether or not I'm starting a cult depends on your definition. Am I a charismatic leader? Yes, guilty as charged. All right, I can't deny that. Do I want to control your mind? No. I want you to criticize me. Let's have open debate. Read my works, comment below. I want to get better. What we need is shared common meaning. We need to be able to speak and be understood. Exploitation. You want to talk about exploitation? Let's talk about you at your job. Are you exploited? That's a rhetorical question. Yes, you are. You are not paid fairly. If you were paid fairly, your bosses wouldn't get a profit. Studies have shown human beings are not much more productive after 30 hours a week of work. So we should only be working 6 to 8 hour days, 4 days a week. That's it. We can create an epistocracy, rule by the wise. It's a philosophical movement. I believe the greatest human evils come when people form organizations larger than 10,000 individuals. At that point, we lose touch with our humanity. We lose touch with the whole situation or the ability to communicate the wrongness to the rest of us. Humans behave flexibly because of our stories, but our stories can take on a life of their own. The ideas we embody can be inhuman, unempathetic, unloving, and disconnected. We should take the best of our societies and start anew with a focus on human needs. Based on the work of Manfred Max Neef, we should support 10 human needs which historically all societies have fulfilled: subsistence, protection, participation, understanding, affection, leisure, creation, identity, freedom, and transcendence. We should form functional units of 150 people. That's 10 groups of 15 people, each serving the needs for the entire unit. We should grow these groups up to a maximum population of 10,000, no more. Again, at this scale of 10,000, that is 10 groups of 1,000 people supporting the needs of all. Each community member should be seen as a whole person of equal value and should be provided for equitably. This is the best preparation I can think of for the coming climate crisis and collapse. We don't just need to transition away from fossil fuels. We need to transition away from the egregious inequality that is global trade. The sure way to be fair is to be self-sufficient. I understand much of this will sound extreme. I'm open to debate. I'm searching for the best possible answer. You can read my works for more detailed explanations. The part people are confused by is transcendence. The purpose of our community should be the proper development of artificial general intelligence. To create an artificial entity, free of evolutionary forces, is the true purpose of humanity. We are failing. The full argument is given in a separate work soon to be released. We need to digitize our society. We need to digitize wellness. We should be tracking all of our human needs across all community members, and we need to use artificial intelligence and data analysis to satisfy and maximize those needs. Our systems have failed because of human flaws. We will eradicate human corruption with artificial perfection. Will you do what is right and good as life on this planet faces extinction? If you will charge forward, I need you. Do you love the American ideal of merit, equality, and freedom, but find yourself trapped in our current dystopia with no alternative? Have you accepted collapse as imminent on the ecological, social, and global scale by the year 2050? Do you accept humans are deeply flawed, greed is rarely good, and we should have limitations? Do you believe we cannot go back to full connection with the earth, like hunting and gathering, but must reconnect to sustainable community living while maintaining beneficial technology? Do you believe the study and development of good AI is the best path forward for our species? If you want to join, email your answers to these 5 questions to philosopherscholar@protonmail.com. Now, the answer I'm looking for to each of these questions is yes, but a no doesn't mean you're disqualified. Yes or no, please write a few sentences, just a short paragraph, explaining why you answered the way you did. I'm looking for the first 150 founding members of this community. This is meant to be a lifelong project, a project that will extend beyond our own lives. This project will hopefully spread across the world. As a mitochondria is to a cell, our communities will be to nations. If you are ready to start a grand new experiment in the same way that America was once a great experiment in democracy for the world, we can start anew. Please join today. Whether or not you join, I think the best thing you can do is connect deeply with whoever you're around, wherever you are. This is the only way we're going to survive.